Good morning, business owners. Marvelyn Brown here with Making It Remotely. And today we're going to and let me turn my fan off. I have a fan going in the background because it is like really hot here. But anyway, we are going to be looking at how to build an email list. And my goal in this video is to help you start incorporating AI into the things that you're already doing. So if you've already got a shop or you've got products that you're promoting, you want to use AI to boost those efforts. So I created this infographic that will help you take 10 simple steps. And these are basically steps that you're already doing, most likely. But if not, these are the steps that you need to take. And so in this column, you're going to see the regular steps that you have probably already done, like selecting a niche and an audience that you're going to serve with your products or your services. And then you've probably also created a lead magnet. But what I want to draw your attention to is this column right here. So this is going to give you ideas that you can use to incorporate AI using the simple tools like ChatGPT, like Perplexity, like Claude. All of those Gemini, all of those tools can help you boost the effort that you're already taking. Those steps that you're already taking can be enhanced. And it's not something that, is super techy or super complicated. And so I just want to show you really quickly with this infographic, and I will put this infographic, the link to this below this video, so that if you want to print this out and just kind of, use it as a reference, you can do that. All right. So again, this is the step that you have probably already taken, and you might even be doing a lot of this manually, right? But over here, you're going to see how you can use AI to boost your productivity and to make the simple steps a lot easier. And you can even bulk create things using AI. You can do so many things with AI that will enhance your productivity, as well as enhance your earnings. So we're going to start out with, number one, choosing a clear niche and audience. And then over here, the AI aspect of this, or the AI thing that you can implement very easily, is to use AI to research profitable niches, audience pain points, and what they're searching for. Now, we also have a tool, and it's called our buyer persona generator. That buyer persona generator is also going to be an AI tool that you can use to immediately get insights on your ideal customers. So with that buyer persona, you enter a link to your product, and then AI will go out and look at that product and then give you an immediate report. You'll get this report that tells you everything you need to know about the person who would be the best fit for that product. And that is going to speed up your productivity so much, because you'll be able to know what that person is looking for. What are their pain points? What are the things that will motivate them to buy products like yours? And so this is how people are using AI to cut to the chase, to get information, to do research. Okay, number two, create an irresistible lead magnet. So if you don't know who you're selling to, it's really going to be hard for you to create products and content and lead magnets that they will want to receive. And so you can do it the hard way, which is, in my opinion, the manual way, or you can use AI, right? And you can use AI. You can take that buyer persona generator and you can, once you have that report, you can cut and paste that report and put it into AI. And then AI will give you ideas. You just ask it, based on my buyer persona, and then you just paste it right into the tool and you ask it for ideas that would be a good fit for my ideal customer, right? And so you can use AI to write your headlines, your benefits, and your sales page copy that will convert. So you want conversion focused content. Now we also have another AI tool that is in our shop, and that is called I believe it's called Launch Ready Page AI. And that tool will help you once you have your sales page written. You can take that information, copy and paste it into our tool, and it will give you a critique of your sales page. It will tell you, it'll basically look at your page from the perspective of a content optimization specialist. So this really makes it simple as well. You just take your content that you're getting ready to post or you're getting ready to launch on your sales page, and you put it into our tool, and it will give you a report that tells you what you should fix, things that you might need to switch around. And it'll give you all the things that you need so that you can, when you launch this page, it's going to be more likely to convert the people that you are trying to convert, people that you want to work with. So then you're going to build a simple opt-in page. And again, this is going back to, creating those pages that convert. And so that Launch Ready Page AI tool is really going to help you in both of these cases, whether you're creating a sales page for your lead magnet, whether you're coming up with ideas for your lead magnet. And this is the thing too, when you're generating, your email list, when you're creating that email list, you're going to be creating pages. So you're not going to just put content out there and hope that people will return to your website or your e-commerce shop or whatever. You're going to put the content out there and then invite people to subscribe to your list. And when you do that, you're going to be using pages. So you have an opt-in page, you have sales pages. There are lots of different pages that you might create, and then you can test those pages against each other to see what works best for your audience. But under number 3, building a simple opt-in page, you can use AI again to write your content. And I think I skipped this one. So when I went over creating an irresistible lead magnet, the AI application would be to use AI to generate lead magnet ideas. So we talked about taking our buyer persona that we got from the previous step and putting it into ChatGPT or Perplexity or Gemini or whatever, and then asking it to give you lead magnet ideas, outlines, checklists, templates, ebooks, or guides. So it can actually write out a guide for you and give you that outline, that framework that you need to really add your human component to make it truly yours. But AI can give you lots of great ideas and give you the framework that you can use to create checklists, templates, ebooks, or guides. And those are digital products. So you could use some of these items. Let's say that AI gives you some ideas on how to generate lead magnets. You could use one of these ideas as your lead magnet, and then you could use the others as actual digital products. So this is also a way that you can create digital products. And the thing that you would do is you would let AI generate that framework, and then you go in and you put your human touches, your designs, your branding, your business elements into that guide or, template or checklist or whatever, and make it yours. All right, so then under the opt-in page, you can use AI to write your headline, benefits, and page copy that converts. Keep it clear and simple. So again, our tool can help you do that and give you a critique and report that tells you what you can do to improve. Drive traffic to your opt-in page. So you can use AI to create social media posts. Now, a lot of people don't really realize it, but social media's main function is to get people to your content. So your goal as a business owner is to get people off of social media and get them onto your platform. And that's the role of social media, to attract people to your business and then motivate them to convert. So when you're creating those social media posts, you want to keep that in mind. So you can use AI to write copy. You could ask your AI tool to give you copy that will convert, again, the people from the buyer persona. You want to take that buyer persona, print it out, or put it in a place where you can always copy and paste it. And then you want to paste that into your AI tool and ask it to create social media posts, blog content, video clips or video scripts rather, and captions that will attract and engage your ideal customers, those people who are in your buyer persona audience, right? And I apologize for this down arrow. I'm actually in ChatGPT right now trying to do this video, so just kind of bear with me. I will put this infographic in a place where you can access it and download it. All right. And then delivering instant value. So the way that you're going to deliver instant value is you're going to ask AI to write your welcome emails. And those emails, believe it or not, they build trust and they encourage people to take the next step. So again, you need to have a clear idea of who your buyer persona is. Who are those people who will be the best fit for your product? And you can have all of that. A lot of us back in the day, we would have to sit down and really, rack our brain to try to figure out who the best person would be for our product. So we had to do all of this stuff manually. Now you can just go into AI. You can use a tool like our buyer persona generator, or you can just put the information into your favorite AI tool, and it will give you, if it doesn't give you a complete listing, at least you will have a better idea of who your ideal customers are. And that is going to set you ahead so much further when it comes to creating content. So, nurture with value-packed emails. Again, you don't know how to add value to someone that you have not identified. So if you don't know who you're selling your products and services to, you're going to have a hard time adding value and creating these value-packed emails. But you can use AI to create email sequences, tips, stories, and answers. You can make a relevant offer. So now think about this. If you have a product and you're really not sure who you're selling to, who your ideal customer is, and you've probably heard people talk about how important it is to really know who your ideal customer is. This is the reason why, because without a clear idea of who you're selling to, your content is just going to fall on deaf ears. You're going to be posting content and nobody is going to be, no one's going to be paying attention to it. No one is going to engage because you're not speaking directly to a particular audience of people who have a particular product or problem rather that your product can solve. All right. And then automate follow-up. This is another area where a lot of people are intimidated by what they consider to be complicated tech, but there are so many tools out there now that will allow you to kind of cut and paste information, and then you can have an automated follow-up system. This is another way to use email and AI to automate your follow-up. So when someone takes a specific action, they can either get an email, they can get a text, and you can follow up with them on a regular basis. So you can use AI to plan and write automated flows, welcome series, nurture series, and re-engagement emails. Analyze and improve. So this is another step that I see a lot of people skip over, and that is looking at their data. It's really important for you to put on your calendar somewhere your data, reviewing your data. So if you're using social media, you can sign up for business accounts on your social media platforms. And that way, those platforms will give you data about how your content is performing. And when that happens, that's going to tell you what's working and what's not working, and that is how you can improve. Grow a community. So you can use AI to create polls, surveys, discussion prompts, and content that builds a true connection. All right, so basically it's also showing you here the simple system. So you want to attract people using social media. You want to capture using email or that opt-in form, right? And then once you have someone's email, you want to nurture that relationship so that you build trust and so that you understand, how that person that you're emailing, you want to know how your product is going to help them. And you want to bring out those benefits, those features, the things that the person is really looking for to improve their lives. And then once you're able to do that, then people are going to be a lot more comfortable pulling out their wallet and paying you for what you have to offer. All right. So keep in mind that your email list is one of your most valuable business assets. And I talk about building assets all the time. This is how people are using AI to build assets. Assets that, number one, your email list is something that belongs to you. And I'm not saying that the people on the list belong to you, but that list itself belongs to you. And this is going to be one of your primary communication tools. So when you're able to communicate with your audience and build trust, people, just like we go to the physical stores and those stores have built trust with us, we know where to go to find those stores. So think about your favorite retail store. You know exactly where it is in your community. You know how to get in your car and drive to it. You know that when you walk in the door, they're going to have a certain environment there. You know that whatever the product is that you normally buy from that store, you pretty much know that when you go into that store, they're going to have that product, right? And so in your mind, you've already got a level of confidence and comfort when you walk into the doors of that store. And the same thing happens when someone enters into your platform, whether it's WordPress or Go High Level or some other platform that you might be using, then they need to have that same level of comfort. And because you're not a physical entity, you can't see people face to face, you have to kind of compensate for that based on building that trust with email, using videos, using things that really make your products more tangible, even though your customers can't hold your products in their hands. All right. So this is pretty much it. I'm going to, I will embed this on probably my next blog post that I'm doing. I'm working on that today. So that should be published within a day or so. And then you will be able to download this and just kind of use it as a reference, and, if you're not using AI in your business, you definitely want to start. And these are the things that we're working on right now to kind of help you make that transition if you haven't done so already. All right, so I appreciate your time today. Thank you for hanging out, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.